10 days, 2 coasts, 1 mission. First stop, Santa Barbara. Students who need to see what's possible within the construction industry. And the second stop is the East Coast, the DMV. The industry leaders that are in position to provide those opportunities and open those doors. This is what the work actually looks like when you say you're going to build reachable opportunities. You go, you show up, coast to coast. Let's get it. All right, man, this is day 1 of 10. Headed out to Santa Barbara, California for the first time for our first IBT of 2026. Super excited, man, that, God just continues to bless us to be able to present opportunities, provide opportunities to the upcoming generation. Yeah, man, we head out to Santa Barbara. We're at the airport right now. It's literally coast to coast, from Santa Barbara out to the DMV, Baltimore and DC area, man. So, yeah. Day 1 of this journey as we travel, and stay tuned.
Yeah, she gonna have us missing our first flight out to Santa Barbara. Get your birthday right.
25th, not the 24th.
Now we got this one.
Hey, Delana, are you ready for this trip? I caught you off guard, didn't I? Out to Santa Barbara.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's about to be great, and I'm excited for the weather.
We all.
Cold here.
We making our way. First stop, where we at? Where are we?
Denver.
All right. Looks nice. Yeah, we mile high, air a little thin. We good. On our way to Santa Barbara, man. We getting close. Traveling. Super excited. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. Yeah, man, we bringing it. This is the first one, 2026. CFPI, California Fire Prevention Institute. Here we come.
There we go.
Remove any e-cigarettes
Santa
and
Barbara.
batteries or power banks, and we'll
Loaded.
get them down onto the plane.
Hey, look at
18
that.
wonderful volunteers come on
Construction
over and
safety
see us.
day.
Thank you for flying Southwest and never fabulous.
Service taking place, allowing things to happen. Another construction safety day. ConstructReach work. We're all under construction. I think Southwest needs to partner with us. ConstructReach work.
All right, man, we traveling. One of the things I haven't let y'all in on, because we do a lot of traveling for work. I get asked a lot. Well, not get asked a lot, but I get told a lot that I look like Chance. Now, I don't know if it's the hat. I don't know if it's because we wear our hair the same way on our face. But I get this a lot, like a lot, y'all. I don't know, let me know. Is there any resemblance? I don't think so, but so many people say it. They gotta see it somewhere. Me, Chance, do I look like him or not? Or do he look like me? That's the question, right?
We made it to Santa Barbara. Okay.
Well, this is Santa Barbara. We have finally landed. Man, it is beautiful here. It's different than I imagined, but nevertheless, man, it's gorgeous. So one city at a time, trying to change the narrative, put people in a position to have opportunities, and it's, when I think about, just reflect about, the opportunity that we have to travel our country and step into different communities, different demographics, and affirm people where they are, let them know what their options are, and put them in a position to make informed decisions. That's purpose, right? Like, it's purposeful work, and it's something that, we definitely feel called to do. We feel fulfilled every time we get a chance to create these experiences, create community in which demographics that typically don't interact in the way that they do, get a chance to really see one another, lean into conversations, share perspectives from a younger perspective and then also a seasoned adult perspective. And, special things happen, man. This started back in 2019 down in Atlanta. And now, you know, we're in Santa Barbara, 2026. First, we asked to go and do this back in 2019, and now we're being asked and requested to do this. And I think that speaks volumes. You know, it's not us telling people, hey, we've got this good thing, but you have so many people experiencing maybe things that they haven't before and seeing the results and then wanting to replicate that. And so it's a huge blessing, man. We thank God just for the opportunity to utilize our gifts and our abilities, and put others in a position, man, to become what they are created to become as well. So ConstructReach work, man, the reach that we do is very intentional. It's very purposeful. You know, we feel called to something that's bigger than what we do. And I think that's where the energy and the excitement comes from, is that we know that we're doing something that is beyond us. Getting a chance to just be a part, you know, of people becoming what they ultimately have the opportunity to become, building community, especially during a time such as now. I think it's super important that we lean into vulnerability, we lean into conversation with others, we stress and see the importance of interdependence, right? The only way that we become greater is being able to lock arms with those that may come from different walks of life than us, or they may be gifted differently than us, that allows for us to accomplish something significant. And so, yeah, man, that's the work that we do. That's IBT. We've been traveling for a while, but, you know, it's moments like this where you touch down in the city for the very first time, you know, for the work that you get a chance to do and reflect a little bit on what you do, but also why you do it. You know, I think it's very important as we live in this fast-paced world for us to understand our why, right? I think we can get locked into the routine of life. We can get locked in to the transactional moments of life, you know, but I think we do have to take time and internalize and self-reflect and take inventory of why we do what we do, and being able to really understand that, because that allows for you to keep going during difficult moments, that allows for you to keep going when things may not be ideal, that allows for you to keep going, you know, and have hope, essentially, when you don't see the type of success that you want to. And I think that's what allowed us to keep pressing. That's what allows us to keep pressing. I'll speak for me personally. That's what allows for me to do what I do. That's what allows for me to lean in to any particular challenges that may arise, is because I feel called to this work, you know. And I think you definitely have to know that, right? And seek that. So that's it, man. More to come. Super excited, super grateful. You can't do this work tired. Neither can you do it halfway. So every morning on the road looks the same. It doesn't even matter what city. It doesn't even matter what time we landed. All right, man. Woo. We out here today, Santa Barbara. Speaking today at the California Fire Institute conference that happens in a couple of hours. But before then, I have to get that workout in. You know, you need your body to take you where purpose is calling you. So I'm out here this morning, getting ready to start. I just finished lifting, getting ready to get into this run real quick. Keep that cardiovascular health up, you know. Woo. Build muscle, you know. You know, still try to be very intentional about health. That's important too. Health is wealth. So remember that, you know, never get too busy to where you can't take care of that temple, where you can't take care of that body. You know, don't live that sedentary life. You got to get up and move, man. All right, love y'all. All right, Good morning. Woo. New day, same routine. Getting that morning workout in. Out here running a couple miles. Keep that movement going before the day starts. Hope y'all have a blessed one. Santa Barbara, man. IBT is tomorrow. Out here enjoying Santa Barbara. You know, it's a beautiful city. Being able to come out and do this type of work, you know, I think is super important. But I don't get lost in the views. You know, we're here on purpose. We meant it when we came up with the motto, building reachable opportunities through construction. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. The most important word in that slogan is reachable. You know, oftentimes we talk about what people should be doing, and this is both young and old. But oftentimes, you know, we don't present solutions in a way that are practical and applicable. And so for us, as we look at the landscape of workforce development and this need for there to be 4 million jobs that are going to be filled, that need to be filled by 2031, it's time that we move now. And you've got to begin to look at the landscape of education, community engagement and outreach, industry workforce development initiatives, and create a programmatic structure so that all of the stakeholders understand their role in putting the next generation in a position to succeed. And so we've got to begin to think in terms of application and practicality, right? Workforce development is a huge theme right now. You know, I've been a part of several conferences over the years that have talked about that. But the most important thing is to be able to call people to action and giving them practical steps and practical implementations to carry out within their organization. And so that's what we're here for. We travel, man. We go and make these opportunities reachable, attainable. We affirm them in the process. We don't just leave it there. We start relationships with those schools that have participated. We go from career exploration to career readiness and then to career opportunity. You know, and that's a programmatic way to do that, where we're getting a chance to work with communities, educators, and the industry to put us in a better position. So, you know, it's easy to identify problems. It's another thing to present the solutions for those problems. And we're just trying to be part of the solution. You know, I think we got enough people that just like to nitpick and point out what issues are and what problems are. But that's the easy part. The hard work is leaning into being a solution. It's leaning into having tough conversations. It's leaning into vulnerability. It's leaning into interdependence. That's where real change happens, y'all. So hopefully more of us can continue to lean into that. Stop being less transactional. Be a real community. Proximity is not always what makes you community. It's about the relational aspects. And so we get a chance to build relationships before we even touch down in these cities and build that rapport and then maintain that after we leave. I built this, man. We don't get this many students interested in the industry. We don't get this many students moving into opportunities. We don't get a chance to partner with all of these companies if there wasn't intentionality. And so just be intentional about what you're seeking to accomplish. Take partners. Affirm those who do things that you may not do well or that you need to do more of, and see how much you get a chance to accomplish from a collaborative perspective. All right, Santa Barbara, we are finally here, CFPI, California Fire Prevention Institute. We are about to go into the conference here speaking. Super excited, man, that we just get a chance to do this, present ConstructReach, and partner with organizations like this. So yeah, stay tuned. We get a chance to travel to the U.S. to do this work. We started this in 2019 down in Atlanta, called I Built This, and the goal was to reposture the construction industry to essentially allow construction developments and work that's taking place to become more communal
and it took off from there. And now we're here in Santa Barbara.
All right, man, so IBT is over in Santa Barbara. You can see team behind me back there. Everybody's here. But it ain't a day, man, until you get that good coffee. So shout out to Doom. As you can see in the background, they got us right. IBT down, man. Santa Barbara was great. Off to the East Coast now. DMV area, we come. Well, here I come. Ebony will join me later. But this is what we do, man. Building reachable opportunities through construction, talking about workforce development, the labor gap. I love this work. Love this life. Purposeful, man. All right. Santa Barbara was a different vibe because it was all about the students. But this next stop will hit different. Out to the DMV, DC, Baltimore area. This half of the trip isn't about exposure. It's about talking strategically to the people that are within the industry, the ones who hire, who build, and who decide what doors actually open. It's the work that needs to take place, and if it's going to be reachable, then both sides of the table have to show up. Whew. It is bright and early. I had to wake up at 3 to be at the airport today. Leaving Santa Barbara, headed out to the DMV area, DC, Baltimore, for the next half of the trip from one coast to the other for workforce development. I'm tired. I'm feeling it though. I'm gonna sleep good on this plane. Oh boy, the journey continues, going from one coast to the next. As you can see, I'm on an empty plane. It's been a long day of travel, I tell you. Jeez.
Where we'll even limit it. There are a lot of times that we steal from Forbes. Forbes has an agency council.
All right, so just finished speaking to retailers and contractors out here in DC about the importance of workforce development and what they can be doing from their perspective, from their positions in terms of engaging the next generation and providing opportunities. And so super excited, man, that we get a chance to do this work, to travel, to not only be hands-on with students, but to also be in rooms and speak to the employers and the contractors who are in the position to provide the opportunities. And so this work that we do is on both ends of the spectrum. You know, we're grassroots, we're engaged, we're showcasing, we're doing career exploration, but then we're also connected to the industry and providing them a framework for what true engagement and community engagement and accessibility looks like. So, yeah, man, that's the work we do. That's ConstructReach. We out. 10 days, 2 coasts, and one word that holds all of it together: reachable. It's not loud, it's not flashy. It's just a commitment to actually show up for the next generation coming up and the industry that's ready to build alongside them. That's the work. And dare I say, we ain't even done yet.
On to the next thing.
Now it's back home for the moment. We've been gone for a long time, but yeah.
But again, soon and very soon we'll be on the road again.
On that note, we out.
Soon and very